Hi everyone, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Anna, and you're listening to We Judge a Show by Its Pilot, a podcast hosted by us, a married couple with an endless love for TV.
Whether you're looking for a new show to binge or wanting to revisit an old classic, let us be your guide through the infinite list of TV shows.
So come join us as we discuss the pilot for a TV show while also sharing personal stories that parallel the storylines.
We Judge a Show by Its Pilot, where your new favorite show is just one click away. Hello everyone, welcome back to our pod.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So, I'm gonna go off on tell a little story real quick.
Oh, okay.
Not really a story, just like something that reminded me of the early days of our podcast.
Okay.
So for those of you who have been with us since day one, first of all, thank you so much. But
Gracias.
secondly, you may remember when we first started doing this podcast, not only did we have a theme for each month, but we had themes for the shows in which we picked. We used to do our favorite show, a show we'd never seen, and top shows, most popular shows of all time.
By the Nielsen ratings.
Exactly. And we kind of had to scrap that pretty much because of kind of the same shows were always number one for a very long time throughout the 80s and 90s. Yeah. And it's really funny because I've been kind of binge listening to the D-Grads podcast, which is the Degrassi Rewatch podcast. Shane Kippel, who played, for those Degrassi fans out there who haven't listened to this, it's Shane Kippel who played Spinner, and Mike Lobel, who played Jay. They're doing like a full rewatch podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Of Degrassi, which if any of y'all know how many episodes of Degrassi they're going to be, they have a job for quite some time.
Like back to the OG from when I watched Degrassi?
They're starting with the Next Generation, but they said once they do that, I mean, there's like 300 million episodes of Next Generation.
Yeah.
But they said they're going to go back and do classic Degrassi just because they've been having people from the old show.
Because I think that kind of surprised you when you were like, oh, yeah, Degrassi. And I'm like, yeah, I watched the original intimation of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what they like to do since the Next Generation started in 2001, they kind of go back and they're like, okay, so this is what was going on during this month of 2001. Oh. They kind of have like a little segment. And for the last 20 episodes, they're like the top TV shows are Friends, ER, and CSI. And I was like, we've done Friends and we've done ER. So yeah, that just made me think of, I'm just like, yeah, the reason why we kind of had to stop doing top show was because if you look at the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s, it's like the same, probably 10 shows were number one. And because they lasted for so long, they stayed number one. Like The Big Bang Theory was the number one scripted TV show on TV for 8 years or something like that. Yeah. And then Friends, ER, CSI, Everybody Loves Raymond, those dominated the 90s. It was just kind of it just kind of made me laugh because I was like, that's why we had to stop doing top show because there were just the same shows every year that were the number one show. So just a little made me think about take a trip down memory lane for our early times of the pod.
Yeah.
It is really hot in this house.
It is.
Sorry.
It's a little warm in here. We need a patio cover because the sun, for those who have never been to our house, it's the back windows. The sun just beams on them at sunset, and since it stays light until about 8:30 at night currently, the heat just permeates through our bedroom, through our living room, and to the dining room, which is where we do this recording. So it's hot.
It is hot, but we're gonna
power
through it. So today we are continuing our theme. This will be our last episode of the month, I think. I know we have another show to do, but this is technically the last Tuesday of the month.
Okay.
So we may have another show coming up. We might just release both on tomorrow. We may just release that last episode sometime this month, so we're still within the month. But for now, we're not going to call this the last episode of the month, but we're continuing our theme of TV shows that take place over a short period of time. And this one that we're doing today was kind of a sneak attack because Maddie came to visit and we did what we normally do. We started watching horror movies, and then Anna was like, there's this new show on Peacock I really want to watch. It has all the people that we like in it. It's called The 5-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
And we watched the first episode, and then we watched the second episode. And I think by episode 3, all 3 of us were just like, we're just gonna binge watch this.
Well, actually, that I will actually you, because I did open it up to, like, we don't have to keep watching this, because I do know that Maddie likes horror and you like horror, and but I could sense she was really into it.
Yeah.
And the thing that I will say that I really liked about it and was usually we just watch sort of in silence, and not that we're not talking at all, but like we're just watching a horror movie or we're watching another show or Smosh or something. But while this show was on, with the things that were happening, she was actually conversing with us about the conflict and the things that were happening. She's a young adult, and obviously these are older women in this series, but it was pleasant to hear her be like, why don't they just talk? Like, why did like, she was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that, or whatever it was. And I just really liked that. I it was, to me, just a good show to watch with her, because I think she struggles through friendships, and she was telling us about her friend who is dating someone, and she's not her favorite person. But of course she's like, that's her boyfriend, and I have to appreciate that. And so it was good to hear her talk a lot, because Maddie is like you pretty much. She's she's kind of a little quiet girl, but she was talking, and I loved that, because we ended up binging all of the episodes.
Her last night, like I said, I think we got to episode, I want to say 3, and because there were 8 episodes, and we got almost halfway, and you kind of left it up to her. You were just like, okay, we can stop, or we can watch a movie, or we can keep watching. And then at the end of each episode, Maddie was just like, let's just keep watching. Yeah. And finally, by like episode 6, she's like, let's just finish it.
Yeah. And it was like 8 or 9 o'clock, and she was leaving early the next day, because we broke for lunch with the Grands. And so we were gone for 2 hours, and then we came back, and we were all like, all right, let's keep going. So
we did watch Obsession, though, and there was a lot of commentary during that.
Yes, that too.
Can't help it.
Yeah, that one there was a lot to talk about. So yeah.
But yeah, so we're doing 5-Star Weekend today, and I'm actually really excited, because we came up with a little fun idea. So normally we tell personal stories, and I think there will be some personal stories kind of integrated into this, but we are going to be each going to be creating our own 5-Star Weekend.
Yep.
Who we're inviting, where we're going to be, maybe activities or meals, a theme. Maybe we can have that, maybe not. I don't know how deeply you've thought about it.
I have a little bit written down.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Do you?
It's all up here in my brain.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You have it in the brain. I have it on the pad.
Well, because like we came up with this idea to do our own 5-Star Weekend, and I've been like kind of mapping it out in my brain and in my notes. So
okay.
Yeah. So I thought that I haven't been writing it down. I'm a notes app person.
Got it.
All right. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Anna's going to do what she always does and give us some episode and series information.
The 5-Star Weekend, Friday, arrivals. The 5-Star Weekend is an American drama series that premiered on Peacock on July 9th, 2026, and currently has 1 season and 8 episodes. The series was created by Becca Brunstetter and is based on the 2023 novel of the same name by Ellen Hildebrand. The 5-Star Weekend centers around Hollis Shaw, a popular food influencer who recently lost her husband. To help her through her grief, she decides to host a 5-star weekend getaway in Nantucket with 4 of her friends that each represent different stages in her life. The series stars Jennifer Garner as Hollis, a renowned food influencer and recent widow who struggles with dealing with her grief. Chloe Sevigny as Tatum McKenzie, Hollis's outspoken childhood best friend. Regina Hall as Drew Ann Jones, Hollis's workaholic best friend from college. Darcy Carden as Brooke Kirtley, Hollis's motherhood friend who just wants to be part of the friend group. And Gemma Chan as Gigi Ling, Hollis's recent online friend. Harlow Jane as Caroline Shaw, Hollis's daughter. And Timothy Oliphant as Jack, Hollis's first boyfriend when they were teenagers. The series also features Josh Hamilton as Matthew Shaw, Hollis's late husband. David Denman as Kyle McKenzie, Tatum's husband.
Love that guy.
I love him. Judy Greer as Electra Undergrove, a former mom friend of Brooke and Hollis. Wes Duchovny as Aubrey McKenzie, Tatum and Kyle's daughter. Rob Hubel as Charlie Kirtley, Brooke's husband. Since the 5-star weekend just came out, it's hard to say how it was received, but it currently holds a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a majority of the reviews praise the show for its top-tier cast, great writing, and pulling off the perfect blend of comedy and drama. You can currently watch the entire series on Peacock. Sorry, I yawned. I was trying to hold it in.
To anyone's listening, Anna is not bored. She is just a pathological yawner.
It's pathological. It's
compulsive.
I don't know. Involuntary. It just comes out. Or is that voluntary? Yeah. I never remember. I always get them mixed up.
I remember it being explained to me, and I'm like, neither one makes sense. How
like
you just
involuntary is like your heart. It just beats. So it's involuntary.
But you also can't help when you yawn. So,
yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Anyway. All right.
All right. So, but just to kind of go back to what you just said about pulling off the perfect blend of drama and comedy, this is like kind of the perfect show that'll make you laugh and cry. I mean, it really is one of those shows. I originally almost put American comedy drama series, but I don't feel like it's a straight up comedy. It's definitely very funny.
Yeah.
And there's tons of funny moments, but I think at the core of it, it's a drama.
Definitely. Oh, I feel like it's a drama.
You can still be an adult and still have a coming of age experience, and I feel like it is very much like a coming of age type drama because you're dealing with the past and childhood and young adulthood and kind of looking back on all of it. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of say that before we get into it. Okay, who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right.
First question.
Yes.
For your 5-star weekend getaway.
Yes.
Why are you having this weekend?
For me, it is just about life.
Mm-hmm.
It is just about living. I feel like we don't celebrate that enough. We're always working. We're always, just kind of like yesterday. We had a relaxing day and then we kept knowing the lawn needed to be mowed. And we were both dreading it.
Yeah.
I was doing the front, you were doing the back.
Hell yeah.
And we were like, okay, how late can we wait?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was hot AF. And, I kind of feel like this weekend would be there would be no expense spared. Anything we would want is on the table weekend. So this would be it would just be living life.
Okay.
Theme.
Pick a location.
I think I'm gonna go. Oh, it was hard. I think I'm gonna go Greece. I was gonna go Italy, but I think I want Greece. I keep looking at Greece cruises and going back to the blue Mediterranean, which I mean, obviously that could include Italy as well. Yeah. The Aegean Sea, and then we just saw the Odyssey, but I've been inspired, but I love Greece. Yeah. I feel like I didn't do enough when I was there, and we need to go next year, just saying. But it would be Greece, somewhere on one of the little known islands, not like a Mykonos or a Santorini, one of the ones that aren't super touristy, but have amazing Grecian things. I don't know which one that is, but one of the non super popular places.
Okay. Do you have a theme in mind, or was the theme kind of?
Yes, it would be like La Dolce Vita, the sweet life. We're just living life. Yeah. It is sweet. It is good. We are friends that are getting together.
You're so good at themes.
I love a theme.
A theme.
Yes.
Okay. The question that all of your friends are going to be listening to.
Yes.
Pick 4 friends from 4 different stages of your life. They don't have to go exactly how the show went, because I kind of have to tweak mine because I didn't go to college. So
Yeah.
So you can kind of tweak it however you want. But who are your 4 friends from each different stage of your life and why?
Okay. So I also kind of had one other underlying caveat for me that
Stipulation.
Yeah, because it kind of was an issue with 5 Star Weekend. The series was like a couple of them knew one another, and it also like became like a little infighting among them as well. So I decided that I didn't want any of these 4 people to have had really any knowledge of the other.
Okay.
So there is a blip, but not a major one. So the first would be my oldest childhood friend, Jennifer Jeffries. I have known her since I was 5, and we are still together today. She has been recently divorced. She's an ER nurse, and she was always there for me and would absolutely be on this list. The next would be my law school bestie, Alex Sweet. Again, she was the one who kind of like got me into the law school like social scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think if it had been up to me, I would have gone to school, studied, gone to work, gone home. But Alex got me going to, the weekly law school parties and the socials. And, she got me to go to parades and like a Mardi Gras ball. And just, she kind of introduced me to her circle of friends and definitely like really changed my law school experience. The next one would be my work bestie, Sue Moore, who... Again, kind of a person who helped me through the last like 20 years of work. Mm-hmm. She started the same year that I actually moved back from Seattle, and she just retired. So I also definitely think she could use a trip to Greece. But she definitely kept me sane. I mean, I know you've heard me talk to her a bajillion times. So, so since she's retired, we don't talk as much. She got another job, and she works now like daytime hours, like 8 to 4. So it's hard for us to chatter during the day. But again, kind of my work person. And then the last one would be Summer. Because she's kind of my post move back to Louisiana person. Also AOPI. And she and Jennifer have only crossed paths at our honeymoon. So otherwise, none of the 4 really know each other. And even though Summer and Jennifer crossed paths at, did I say honeymoon? I meant reception.
I don't know.
At our reception, I don't even think they talked. So, like, they would have no history. So, these 4, their histories are all with me. Okay. And so, and I think what's also special is I was in Jennifer's wedding. I was in Alex's wedding. Summer married us. Yep. And Sue was kind of like my work wife if I had one. So, those would be the 4. And for Summer, the reason, not only just because she's an AOPI, but again, kind of like Alex, she really changed my social trajectory here in Baton Rouge. Mm-hmm. I also always give her credit for changing my dating app profile to look for younger guys, not just older ones or my age, hence how I found you or how you found me.
She lowered her standards, people.
I didn't. I lowered my age range is what I did. So I always joke, that Summer really changed that for me because again, sometimes you just don't think about it. And she's definitely a person who's like, do this and do that and, go talk to that boy or whatever, you know, and she was one who, pushed me to do more things in the Baton Rouge community. Yep. So
do you have any activities?
Well, some of the ones I would love us to do, like a food tasting and a wine tasting, of course, just lots of good Greek food. I would love to do like a yacht couple of nights, kind of like a below deck. The five ladies on the yacht hanging out in the Aegean. And then kind of the other silly thing that I would love to do would be one of those amazing photo shoots that you see where the girls are in like the kind of the like royal blue, royal purple, bright red formal dresses with like the dress blowing up behind them. I look at those and I'm like, okay, I would never pay that, but we're talking like this is unhinged, no expenses spared.
Yeah.
We would do whatever, but we would all do it. We would all each take our photo shoots with the beautiful like white and blue buildings on like a beautiful like stucco staircase and the beautiful sea overlooking. So yeah, that's kind of my weekend of just doing some crazy stuff. So, all right, let me ask you, why are you having this weekend?
The reason why, and also kind of the underlying theme, is reconnection. So I've talked about this on the pod before, but I've always struggled with maintaining friendships, and that is largely because of me. That's not me blaming anyone but myself. I'm a difficult person to be friends with, and I know I am, and I know I kind of really like to give off this image that I'm very like laid back and easygoing, which I think I am, but I think when it comes to being a friend, I feel like I'm more high maintenance than I want to admit as a friend, and it's been really hard for me to maintain friendships because I am one of those people. It's like, you make me mad, well, I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
I'm glad you said it, because you are.
I'm not like, I don't hold a grudge, but once I've kind of had enough, I've had enough. Or once I feel burned, I'm like, okay, well then I'm not going to talk to you anymore. And I feel like since you and I have been together, you really have kind of shown me the upside to being more forgiving, more patient, more understanding with people. Because for me, I'm very much like, it's so simple. We're either friends or we're not. And it's, the world is not that simple.
Right.
And things are not that simple, and life is not that simple. And so I have really put forth an effort to maintain the friendships that are very special to me. So my theme is going to be reconnecting. I want to be present. No phones.
Nice.
No phones. I mean, like, obviously some of these people have kids and wives and stuff. So obviously, like, keep them in your room. Go check your phone every now and then, but like, I don't want people on their phones. I don't want people not being present. I want everyone to be present. And that is the reason why I want to have this weekend, is just to reconnect with people. Some of them are people that I still talk to. So one person is someone that I have not talked to in a very long time, but if I ever had the opportunity, I would really put forth the effort to sit down and have a conversation with that person.
All right. So where is this happening? And we got your theme of reconnection, but where is this happening?
So I love your idea of like, no expenses spared.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was saying that correctly. Yeah. I was kind of doubting myself. But I'm a little bit more of a low-key person. Yeah. I also know that, like, the people that I'm also kind of thinking, like, realistically in my mind. Correct. Like, I know the people that I'm inviting, if I was like, we're going to Europe, they're going to be like, I'm not going to Europe. They'd just be like, I'm not. Like, some of them would. I think some of them are like, I'm not doing that. I can't afford it, or because I'm in a similar boat. I can't just like drop money to go, fly.
Well, neither can I.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I'm kind of keeping mine more into. I'm thinking about the people that I'm inviting.
Correct.
And I'm thinking of like a nice look, because we all live in like like kind of in this, not in the same state, but like we kind of live in the same like radius.
Okay.
And so I landed on Austin, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Kind of out, maybe more like having like an Airbnb by like Lake Travis, or somewhere a little bit more, not Austin proper, but like somewhere outside of Austin, maybe more like in a rural, kind of like get like a cabin.
Okay.
Maybe on a lake, something with nice scenery. Something like that. It took me a minute to land on Austin because I had convinced myself that I was going to say Budapest. And I was just like, I just don't think, if reconnection is kind of the point, I don't want to go to some like far off location where we're going to feel obligated to go and be doing stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I want to have the opportunity to be like, let's have a lot of like chill time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So, who are the 4 friends and what stage of your life were they a part of?
Okay, so I didn't go to college, so I kind of had to pivot a little bit. It wasn't that hard. So I, instead of college, I just put like adolescent, post-adolescent era, because that's, when you're in college. So for my childhood best friend, Michael, I have not talked to him since, just to go ahead and let you know, I have not talked to him since my sister's wedding.
Wow. Okay.
So we were born, we grew up next door to each other. We were born a week apart. Our sisters were best friends. My sister was her maid of honor, was his sister's maid of honor. They were each other's maid of honor. And we thought we were going to have that same like friendship. I thought we were going to be each other's best man at our weddings. I thought this was going to be someone that I was going to be friends with forever.
Okay.
And it didn't work out that way. And it wasn't so much, the more and more I look back on it, it was just life took us in 2 completely different directions. And it's very similar, if anyone's ever seen Good Boys, it's very similar to like we were friends by convenience, I think, for a very long time. We maintained our friendship after I moved out of Central and we went to different schools. We maintained our friendship after we graduated high school. But when we got to like our early 20s, he met a girl, they fell in love and got married. They have a bunch of kids. They have a beautiful life. And I moved to Florida and I lived my life. And then I think we always planned on like reconvening and reconnecting. It just never happened. And he doesn't have social media. So, I mean, it's just kind of like I have no real, I'm sure I could find a way to contact him, obviously. But it's always like one of my biggest regrets that I didn't, when you're 21, 22, you don't think things are going to be forever. You think, oh, I'll figure it out at this point. I'll figure it out at that point. And before you know it, you're 40 and you haven't talked to this person in almost 20 years. So it's just kind of like, I would love nothing more than to spend a weekend with Michael. And that sounded weird, but spend a weekend with Michael, reconnecting with him, talking to him. Obviously, we're not going to be the same people we were when we were 15, 16, 19, 20. Yeah. But I do feel like that friendship will always be there. I do feel like that connection will always be there. And we have this foundation of things that like I know we probably still have in common. So that would probably be like the one person that I would be like, I don't know if they're coming or not. Like I don't know if they're going to return my call or not. I think the 3 other people would be there in a heartbeat, but Michael's the one. Michael would be like,
he's like the wild card.
Yeah, he's like the wild card that like I don't know if he's going to show up or not. I don't know if he's going to answer my call, but
I think all of mine would show up.
Yeah.
It would take a little coordinating, but I don't think any of them would be like, I'm not coming.
I mean, he has like 3 or 4 kids. So I mean, like I don't know if he would like have the time to, but that would make me and I think that's also why I chose a place that's not that far away.
Yeah.
So because I know that some people are kind of obligated, they have obligations, which totally understandable.
Got it.
Okay, so I go in with adolescence, post-adolescence. I don't think this is going to surprise anyone. He's still, to this day, one of my best friends. It's Blake.
Oh, hi, Blake.
I don't think there will ever be another human being, friend-wise, that I will get as much as Blake and I get each other.
Gotcha.
And how much we just understand each other, how much we have in common. Our laughs are even the same. I mean, like we are so much alike, and we've just been able to maintain this friendship. And even though we don't talk to each other every day or see each other every day, because we were roommates for a long time, we lived down the street from each other for a very long time, and then we were roommates, and then I moved in here, and that was kind of when we stopped seeing each other all the time, but that never slowed things down for our friendship. We still talk all the time, and we just have a lot of fun together because we just like the same stuff.
Yeah.
And it's very much not a friendship of convenience. It's very much a friendship that we both want to be in.
Got it.
Yeah. And I think he's also a blast to hang out with.
I was going to say, and he'd be fun.
Yeah, he's a blast to hang out with. So, I mean, like, and yeah. And then, so work was...
You've had so many jobs.
Weird... Exactly. Work was a weird one for me. So I kind of just... I have work written down. I originally written young adulthood. Because I didn't make, like, dad friends or anything. And I've worked at so many different places. But there is one restaurant that I worked at pretty consistently, even though I left a few times, and that was George's. And for that, I cannot think of anyone else but Nick.
Hey, Nick.
I cannot. He is listening.
You better be.
He is. He texts me all the time. He's just like, tell Anna I said hey, because you say hey to him like every other episode.
Hey, Nick.
And yeah, we were chit-chatting about introducing our kids to horror movies. So we had a nice little convo about that. But yeah, I mean, he's one of the funniest people. I'm going to gush about you real quick, Nick. He's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. He is just like, to me, even though he's younger than me, when we worked together, I was just like, he's way too cool to be working here. I was always like, he is way too cool to be working here.
Why is he here?
He is way too cool to be working here. And I almost put Andy. I was very close to putting Andy. And I think Nick would have understood if I would have put Andy instead of him. But at the end of the day, I don't think Andy's going to come. So
I was actually going to say, we invite Andy to like 4th of July or like...
We live like 15 minutes away.
Yeah, and he doesn't come. So, yes, I think Nick would come.
Yes.
I think
since he lives so close to Austin, that would also be beneficial for that.
Yeah, he could totally just drive
in. And Nick, 50% of the reason why I picked Austin was because of you. So I'm just letting you know.
And it's a cool place.
I love it. It's one of my favorite cities on planet Earth. So, yeah. But yeah, I think that's another person I would just have a blast with. And Blake and Nick do know each other, but they didn't maintain the friendship that like me and Nick did or me and Blake did. So it would be a nice like kind of them reconnecting and and kind of
at least like they would be able to chatter a little bit. Yeah.
So current was the hardest one because there are two people that have the same name that I had a really hard time picking one or the other because I would have fun with either one of them, and they would be down, and they're both two people that are just down for anything, and you would just be like, you want to go do this? You'd be like, yeah, sure. I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't say which Wes it is. I should just say Wes. I went with Wes from George's.
Okay.
I did not go with... I wanted to pick our other friend, Wes.
Sorry, Wes.
He's not listening. I wanted to pick him. I just wrote Wes, and I was just like, I'm going to decide which one in the moment because like I honestly could not pick. But I just feel like I'm going to say work Wes because that's how I met him. And even though that's like still your work phase, that's why I said young adulthood for Nick. But like work was just such a big part of my life, and George's was such a big part of my life that it was really hard to differentiate like my work life, my current friendships. And Wes is just one of those people that like, he's another person that I just like immediately clicked with. And
he loves Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
He likes horror movies.
Yeah. And that's also kind of there's going to be an underlying theme of why I picked the four people that I picked, and it does involve horror movies.
Okay.
So yeah, I went with, I don't want to say his last name. So I'm going to say work Wes.
Work Wes.
Even though
you technically work with the other Wes now too.
George's Wes.
George's Wes is
my pick. Other Wes, I don't want to say anyone's last name. That I wanted to pick you, but I ultimately just had to go with the other one.
And that's what's so hard is like, because I know, I mean, not that she's listening, like Alicia or Tara or my other friend Carrie or Lisa, my little, or Angie or Karen. You know, like, I mean, I could have like 50 people on my 5-star. It would be a 50-star weekend. But, you know, I was trying to pick, like you, a person from a different phase, like the series. And then I added my caveat that they couldn't really know one another. And you kind of did that too. I mean,
like the whole thing with Blake, Nick, and Wes is that it's kind of like they know of each other.
Yeah.
And they've met, they've hung out, but like the the underlying connection is me.
Right.
And so it's just kind of like, and I think that's why. Because when you said your stipulation, I'm like, that's a really good idea.
Also, people we weren't related to. That was another one we decided. That's why, like, Sarah or my sister are not on this list.
Tommy would be
right.
Tommy would be like number one.
Tommy could easily be your cousin. You know, so that was another one we also. So if any of our relatives, that was another one we decided was it couldn't be anyone.
I thought about you, Tommy. Just letting you know.
Related to. We love you, Tommy. We love you, Lisa. Like Lisa, I could have invited Lisa.
They're a blast. So I mean, like, So those are my picks, and I feel like I did a good job.
Yeah, you did.
I feel like those are some fun people to hang out with.
All right.
And for activities, so we're in Austin, and one thing you have to do when you're in Austin is you got to go to Barton Springs, which is kind of like the little waterfall water area. It's really
like
cool.
The lake?
Kinda, yeah. Oh. And then, I mean, got to get some barbecue.
Go to the Salt Lick.
Food's going to be a big part of it.
Salt Lick.
Yeah, food's going to be a big part of this because much like Hollis, I am a cook. So, I mean, like,
yes,
I kind of also had that in mind. So, of course, I want to get an Airbnb that has like a barbecue pit. Want to do like a grill out. Got to have that. Since I picked these 4 people, if we're not having a horror movie night, I don't know what
is happening.
I don't know what is happening to me or these 4 other people. And I don't want to pick good horror movies. I want to pick the dumbest, worst.
Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, we're in Austin, Texas. I thought about that. So
course.
I was just like, I could also argue like driving around Travis County being like, that's where they filmed this. That's where they filmed that. And I want to say they have like a Texas Chainsaw themed restaurant somewhere in Travis County.
Yeah.
So that's where they filmed. That's where they filmed it. I think. Don't quote me on that. And then, of course, not everyone drinks, and that's not going to be the point of this, but just to kind of do like a 6th Street kind of walk around, go see some live
bar
music.
Crawl, yeah.
And, you know, I know not everyone on this list is a drinker. I'm not really a big drinker either, and I spent my 21st birthday on 6th Street, and I drank way more than I should have, and that will be the last time I get that drunk on 6th Street. So,
didn't you like lose your phone or your license?
I lost my license on my 21st birthday.
Oh, good day to lose it. Wow.
We're at this bar called Emo's. This is a punk bar. I was in heaven, and I was introduced to this drink called a Red Snapper, which I still to this day don't know what it is because I never looked it up because we didn't have iPhones back then.
It was probably like Red Bull and vodka or something.
I didn't really care. It was a combination of stuff that I probably wouldn't drink today.
Normally, yeah.
But there was something about it that just tasted really good, and you could get it it was like a lemon drop. You can get it as a cocktail, or you can get it as a shot.
Oh.
So I was going through. This is also back when I could handle my alcohol, and not like today where I have a 2 shots of Fireball, and I'm like, I need to go to sleep. Like I'm ready for a nap.
And in downtown Austin, I mean, there's like the Alamo Draft House. I think there's like the Paramount.
There's so much cool stuff to do. The Alamo Draft House is a good one. If there's like a cool movie playing, like I said, like there's tons of live music. There's tons of stuff to do, and I just think Austin would be great because none of us would have to travel that far, and there's just always stuff to do, and they have amazing food.
Oh yeah.
So they have the best food. And since I'm kind of thinking about Hollis and this, I'm just like, oh, well, they went to Nantucket, which is like East Coast, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, yeah.
Like, you know, all of like the famous like seafood, oysters, all of that. You got to do it. Well, if we're in Austin, we got to do it. We got to do the barbecue. We got to do the food trucks. We got to do the Tex-Mex. Like we got to eat it up.
some chips and salsa, some margie margs.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that is my 5-star weekend. I think it would be pretty fun.
I think mine would be pretty fun.
I mean, y'all are going to Greece.
I mean, how bad could it be? We're drinking wine, having hummus.
My caveat is also, I'm gonna rent like a big SUV. We're gonna drive there together.
Or you're gonna like swing and pick,
Yep,
like,
pick up Nick,
because
yeah.
Blake and Michael. Does Michael still live in the BR area?
I think so.
So Blake, Michael, and Wes
Mhm.
would all be here, and y'all just swing up to Dallas, or Nick could drive. Nick,
Yeah.
you could drive because that's
Yeah.
a little out of the way.
Yeah.
you could. Make
Technically, not really. There is a route.
well,
Going
there
up to
is
Dallas.
always
Yeah.
a route, but yeah, I mean, anyway, just trying to save you some driving time. But it'd be cute for y'all to be together.
Thank you for saving me hypothetical gas.
Yes,
from
and
my
time.
hypothetical. Yeah. So yeah, that is my weekend. I think both of our weekends sounded like a lot of fun,
They do.
and we eat a lot of food.
Yeah, both of
Yeah.
us.
All right, let's get into this plot summary. So this is one that I'm not going to go into great detail because this is a brand new show. It literally just came out as we're recording this. It came out like 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Less than that. It came out less than 3 weeks ago. So I am going to give away a little bit of a spoiler at the end because there's no way to not spoil somewhat of the ending, but it doesn't even compare to all the information you find out as the series progresses. You're given a little clue to something at the end of the first episode, but it does not. Nothing will prepare you for everything that you're going to learn about all these characters and their backstories. So I'm just going to do a little page and a half, but yeah. So, but I think I summed it up very well. Yeah. So here we go. 5-star weekend plot summary. We open to Hollis Shaw going on a baking spree in her home kitchen. It seems to be around Christmas time. It was around Christmas time, right?
Yep, it was.
I did this
snowing.
from memory. So I kind of got a little help from the internet, and I was also kind of going off. Yeah, because I remember there was like Christmas music playing in the beginning. Hollis is a renowned food influencer and author. While preparing her food, she gets a knock on the door. It's the police informing her that her husband died in a car accident. Instead of breaking down and crying, she hears a timer go off and goes to get her baked goods out of the oven. We cut to about 6 months later, and Hollis hasn't fully dealt with the loss of her husband. She has chosen to distract herself with work, but is being pressured by her publisher to finish her new book. While appearing on the Today Show, Hollis brings up her husband and begins to break down on live TV. That was a rough scene. Hollis's publisher briefly mentions the idea of going to her house in Nantucket and reuniting with 4 friends from different stages of her life, and calls it a 5-star weekend. Apparently, was this like a trend, or was this something that the author made up, or
Maybe.
okay.
I have no idea.
Because the publisher kind of made it sound like this is a thing. Like,
Oh, maybe it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone let us know. Hollis says she'll think about it. Later that day, she calls her daughter Caroline and asks if she wants to go to the family home in Nantucket, but Caroline turns her down. Hollis finally decides to pack up her stuff and her cute dog Henry, who was the real star of this show, and heads to Nantucket. She decides to go through with the 5-star weekend. She calls 4 friends from 4 different stages of her life. First, there's Tatum from Hollis's Ute. Tatum and Hollis have known each other their whole lives. Tatum still lives in Nantucket with... So, by the way, Hollis is from Nantucket. Yeah. I don't know if I put that in there. So, she's from Nantucket. This house that she goes to is her family house that they've, like, added on to and stuff like that. Tatum still lives in Nantucket with her husband and daughter. We see that Tatum is at the doctor, and there is some implication of, like, a breast biopsy. They're not super specific about it, but there is some, like, breast cancer history talk and stuff like that.
Her mom and stuff.
You are kind of clued in on that a little bit. Second, there's Drew, who's my favorite. I love me some Regina. Hollis' best friend from college. Drew is a high-status sports agent and is known for being unfiltered. She has most recently been canceled for brushing off her star client's mental health. Third, there's Brooke. Darcy Carden is...
I love her.
So funny. Hollis' friend from motherhood. Brooke seems to have a very controlling, passive-aggressive husband, and she struggles to maintain any female friendships. There's also another implication that her husband is in the middle of a deposition of some kind.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of, once again, hinted at that. Lastly, there's Gigi, an airline pilot that recently befriended Hollis via social media.
She slid into her DMs.
That's exactly what she did. So they literally met like 6 months ago. Like they've never met each other in real life, I don't think.
Correct. Not until this weekend.
Hollis arrives in Nantucket, and her friends eventually show up a little later. Immediately, there's tension between Tatum and Drew, what you were talking about earlier.
Yep.
Most likely due to being Hollis's oldest friends and compete over who is the best friend.
Correct.
Brooke tries really hard to fit in with the girls, but consistently comes across as awkward. Caroline eventually shows up and is a little deflated when she sees her mom's friends, but Hollis and the rest insist that she stay for the rest of the weekend. Tatum is dropped off by Jack, Hollis's first boyfriend and childhood friend. There are clearly still sparks between the two. Gigi shows up last, and everyone except Hollis is sketched out by her, including us watching. Let me tell you, we were immediately like, what is this girl's deal?
Well, especially when they were like, she had never met her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being just a random that she met online, the other girls are suspicious of Gigi right from the start. The girls gather around for dinner and wine. They talk about random things, but all notice that Gigi isn't drinking. Gigi eventually excuses herself and goes to her room. We see Gigi looking a little too longingly at Hollis's family pictures, all with Matthew in them. She goes to her room, lies on the floor, and listens to the beginning of a voicemail over and over again. Who's the voicemail from? It's from Matthew. Gigi and Matthew knew each other. End of episode.
End of episode.
So I kept it really brief because, like I said, the show just came out, and so I don't want to go too in depth because the episodes aren't long. There's only 8 episodes. It's on Peacock. Hopefully you're not like us and you have to deal with ads, but so just go and watch it.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
Definitely easy to watch.
Literally watched
weekend.
it. About to say, just watched it over the weekend.
We started on a Saturday morning and ended on a Saturday night, including a break for lunch and just hanging. And you could start it on a Friday evening and totally finish it by a Sunday for sure.
Easily.
If you have other stuff to do.
And it's just, I've talked about this before, but I love movies or TV shows, books, whatever, that are about friend groups.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do, but I love the dynamics. I love the history, the drama, the what really is the deal between Tatum and Drew. You find out later in the season. What's the deal with Gigi? You find everything out.
And then there's even stuff with
Brooke.
With Brooke and Hollis that has also been going on when you throw in Judy Greer's
Because I didn't even
character.
mention Brooke running into Judy Greer on the ferry on the way to Nantucket. I left that out. Just I didn't want to put in everything, but she runs into Judy Greer on the ferry to Nantucket, and there's a little bit of beef between them. You don't really know what it is.
Yeah, it really develops a lot of little tidbits that truly does make you want to keep watching.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're just like, okay, what was that about? And what was that about? Okay, we need to keep watching because we need to find out what that was about. Yeah.
Exactly. I think this, and we've credited this for other shows, but the show's pilot did everything that a pilot's supposed to do.
Yeah.
It really made you want to keep watching because you're just like, wait, what's the deal with them? What's the deal with that? What's the deal with... Like, they set everything up so perfectly and gave you just enough for you to be like, I gotta watch the next episode. Okay, now I have to watch the 3rd episode. Okay, we're just gonna stay up until the show ends.
Right.
Which is what we did.
And I will admit, I had never read the book, and a lot of people were like, this is absolutely, like, whatever they've done... You probably don't need to read the book.
Yeah.
And so, but I actually do kind of want to read the book because I kind of want to see if there's anything majorly different. Because there were even questions at the end that I was like, the show didn't kind of answer that.
Yeah.
I obviously I don't want to say too much, but you know me and my questions. I'm always questioning everyone and everything because I just need to know answers. But there were a couple, and then you looked it up and you said the book answered that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, okay, maybe I do need to go and read the book.
Yeah. So this episode's a little shorter than some of our others, but we just wanted to keep it, well, maybe not, it's not short, but I mean, short but sweet.
Yeah, but I think we covered everything. Yeah.
Covered everything. Went over our 5-star weekend. brand new show. I mean, like, very rarely do we do a show that literally just came out.
Yeah,
so
literally.
we don't really get to do that
we
often.
Totally. While we were watching it, I think you messaged me and you were like, I think we need to do this instead of one of the other
Sorry,
ones.
24.
Sorry, 24. you lost out. Jennifer Gardner took over. So sorry, Kiefer.
TV shows with numbers in them.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah, 24. Well, you'll be back. We watched it, but it was actually pretty good going back to that.
I kind of want, I mean, like, not to talk about another show, but 24, I kind of wanted to keep watching it.
Yeah, we can keep watching it.
Yeah, it's got a great cast.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about 5-Star Weekend.
Yep.
All right. So I think that wraps up this episode.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Good episode.
All right, that wraps up this episode. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow us on whichever platform you're listening to this podcast on. That way you'll be notified every time we publish a new episode. You can also follow us on Instagram at We Judge Pilot Pod. We're also on Facebook and Threads. You can leave us a comment, suggest a show for us to watch, or leave some emojis in the comments. What you got?
All right, stars. You've got to leave 5 of them. For things that they did throughout, like clothes shopping, the computer, the car, any of the cooks, the plane, pizza, any of the cocktails, the boat for the ferry, the Christmas tree, a cookie, snow, the puppy, the basketball for the, Drew is a sports agent, a kiss, and finally the phone. But also, if you don't want to comment an emoji, comment where you would take your 5-star weekend. Where would you go? All right. Well, we are going to head out, but we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening.